A second.
Okay. Hey, Julian. I got, I think, three. One so we fretful.
All right, come on in, everybody. Welcome back to the Holler. I'm Justin Canoe here at the Holler. TN Holler is where you can find us. TNHoller.com, at the TN Holler on Twitter and Facebook. Also, all these other hollers all across the state. That's all thanks to your support, which we appreciate. Your small dollar monthly donations really do keep us going. So thank you for that. And as always, a big shout out to Elisa Parker, who supports us. If you're buying and selling in Middle Tennessee, do it through her. That's a way to support what we do. Today, I wanted to jump on here with a good friend of ours, Josh Black. If you haven't seen him by now, you're not doing Nashville right. He is a comedian. He makes all kinds of great content. He's also now tapping into his artistic side. I think he has made the things that he's standing in front of there. Take us through real quick, Josh. Where are you?
All right, I'm at Julia Martin Gallery in WeHo. I'm a visual artist as well, and this is called One Nation Under God.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Yeah,
and
so
you
see,
painted that.
Yeah, I painted this myself, and you'll see conservative Christians. You'll see the MAGA people here who love Jesus, and they hate black people. And then you'll see the Ku Klux Klan here, who with the burning cross, because that's a Christian organization. And all these people down here are racist, and they are praying to Jesus. And ironically, Jesus is black. So,
wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite pieces.
Take us around. Let's keep going.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So this is called Me and You Dancing. This is me and my girlfriend getting ready to go. She doesn't have her clothes on, so we're just dancing around, vibing out.
Is that how that goes usually?
Yeah, a lot of times that's how it goes, bro. Because she takes so long to get ready, bro, and we just have to dance until Because I also have a Dalmatian, and the Dalmatian hair sheds like crazy, so. If I can't even put my clothes on until she gets done, because if I get fresh, the Dalmatian is all over me and I got hair all over my dress. You see what I'm saying? So I have to make sure she's done. So we're both naked until she gets ready. When she gets ready, I can put my clothes on. So this is me and her dancing right here. This is an homage to the black entrepreneurs of Slim and Huskies. It's called Clint, EJ, and Demo. Each red sticker means it's sold. This one sold here.
So we're in a gallery, people should know.
Yes, we're in an art gallery in WeHo, which is in South Nashville. I have 20 pieces on display. I'm 20, so I know people are like, damn, this dude does a lot. I'm a comedian. Yeah. I also have a day job, and then I also am a visual artist. So I painted all these pictures. This is a act of revolution because I could express myself differently here. So this is One Nation Under God. This one is called Justice. It speaks for itself.
Okay. So
yeah, that's really cool.
Officer arrested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's really, really cool. I love that. I painted that with George Floyd in mind. I thought that was cool. It's called Justice. That one sold. The Jesus piece, this one sold to a black guy. He said he wants his kids to grow up seeing this. I thought that was super dope. And that kind of moved me emotionally. This one sold as well.
Okay, so you're selling these. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. So out of 15, man, out of 20, 15 have sold. There's another revolutionary piece here. It's just called I Have a Dream. Because I think Martin Luther King had a dream as well. But that was a long time ago. And I think the dream has changed a little. And it's gotten a little more revolutionary. So that's that one. And, man, this is the time I was a Muslim for like 2 summers, So this is... it's called Assalamu Alaikum. This sold as well. This is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad who created the Nation of Islam. So it's just some cool pieces. This is called City of Dreams. This is a singer-songwriter who's just trying to, pour his heart out and chase his dreams like many people in Nashville. That was a Shih Tzu.
So let's talk about what's going on with you. You mentioned you have a day job. What is your day job?
Yeah. I got a day job, man, and I can't talk too much about the day job, man, because I can't talk too much about the day job.
Okay. But we
Just
can say what it is. You are a firefighter. I can say that, right?
sure.
Okay. And the controversy, as I understand it, and I'll just weigh in here, and you can, stop me if I'm wrong. But there's a bill that was in Nashville. It was actually in Nashville, I think, last year too, and it didn't go through last year. It's a license plate reader bill that was shelved last year with fierce debate. Basically, people are concerned that license plate readers target minorities, especially, and a lot of these tools that get used by law enforcement end up harming minorities and Black people, especially. And then this year, they voted it through in Metro Council. And now we're hearing, this is actually from, I think, last week, that the pilot program in Nashville could be months away. There's going to be a public hearing. And a lot of groups came out against this. A lot of local community groups came out against this. And people were very upset. And you were one of them. And you posted that essentially it was a white supremacist vote. And you basically called the city council white supremacist. Is that fair to say?
The majority, because I felt that the vote was a majority, so the majority voted. So if there are 3 cats in the yard and there's 10 people in the house, 9 people in the house go out there and kill the cat, then the majority of that house are animal abusers. Now there's somebody in the house that didn't do it, but what I said was that was a white supremacist bill. It was passed by the majority, leaving the majority white supremacists. I stand on that.
Okay. Okay. So you said that you work for a city department, and now my understanding is, we posted that you've been suspended, that you weren't actually suspended yet. They tried to suspend you. You appealed, essentially. Now you have a hearing on Monday about the suspension. And, I know you can't say too much about it because you're facing a suspension. I think it brings up a lot of issues as far as, your ability to express yourself, people's ability in general to express themselves, but then in general, also the ability of Black people to express yourselves in the workplace and in our society. Is that kind of how you're feeling now?
Well, I can't speak towards what my day job has
Sure.
or what they're doing. I can't speak to that. What I can say is that the license plate readers will be in the busiest streets in the city, and the busiest streets are where all the Black folks are, and all the immigrants. And these license plate readers can also be used to help deport immigrants. This is just extra surveillance. And I believe because Nashville had the most Black men arrested in the entire country. First of all, this country has the most Black men in prison. And then this city recently had the most Black men in prison in this town. Ironically, one of the main private prisons was here, and their organization was here. So there's an argument even there that it was for profit, which is, then we can get into a slavery conversation. So what I'm saying is it's a mass incarceration problem. And we're doing extra surveillance to add to the mass incarceration. So to me, that is extremely racist. If we're in Nazi Germany and I don't know, 90% of the prison population is Jewish people, and then they're gonna continue with surveillance in Jewish areas with their license plates, it becomes kind of absurd. So that's what I would say. I would say that it's absurd. And also, there's no person, there's no entity, there's no organization, there's no one on this planet that's going to stop me from speaking about the oppression of Black folks. Never. I'm never going to do that. I don't give a damn if it's a church, if it's a baseball team, if it's a comedy club. If you don't want me to speak about Black oppression, speak against it, standing up for Black people, then I don't give a fuck about that. I'm gonna do it every time. I'm gonna do it every time. It's my duty to do that. It's my responsibility, and it's just on my heart. It's what I want to do. So and also to try to suppress that for anybody, not just a particular day job, for anyone, a comedy club, a comedian, a person, a coffee store, anyone trying to tell me not to do that are going to be hard pressed. I'm not doing it. So that's my duty as a black man with a platform. No one can stop me from trying to protect black lives. No one can do that.
Okay, and so I know we can't really talk about your hearing, and so we're not going to talk about that. Have you ever walked up to this edge before where you've faced some sort of backlash for things that you've said, and what happened then?
Sure. Well, let's also put in that Scoop Nashville, which is a white supremacist tabloid digital paper, who proudly, as of last week, said he uses the N-word for fun. He just uses the N-word. He tweeted it. He posts about it. He used the N-word. White guy who runs it. He's attacking me like a lot of racists do for speaking out against racism. He exploits the working class. He exploits black people, poor people, anybody on their worst day. He takes a police report and then blasts it to thousands of people based on that alone. He doesn't speak to you. And then if it finds out that you're not guilty, he doesn't fix that, you're just screwed. So because I have a platform, I spoke out against that man, because he's racist and because he wants to keep making money off the exploitation of black people and working class people, has been attacking me. He emailed my day job and said, "Hey, this guy's a bad guy." So that's how we got here, first of all. So the credibility of that is quite strange. It's also public record that I have been suspended before because a woman that works you remember the Hat Works lady?
Yeah.
She went viral as well for being a white supremacist. And you, as a white person, could you agree with that?
Well, I can tell you what happened with that story because we broke it. She had posted on Instagram that basically saying that people who didn't want to be vaccinated were being treated like Jews in the Holocaust, and
she was
her way of showing that was using a yellow star. Full disclosure: my grandparents were in Auschwitz and Buchenwald and had numbers on their arms when I was growing up, so that hit home. And she wasn't the only one saying that kind of nonsense, but she was bragging about it on Instagram, posting on Instagram with her yellow star. And so, we highlighted it and that went viral pretty quickly. So, I don't know if that makes her a white supremacist necessarily, but it definitely makes her tone deaf and, insensitive to the plight of Jews in our world.
Sure. So I only asked you that so it doesn't seem like I made that up for anybody who doesn't know the story.
Sure.
Said offensive things for years, finally got caught slipping because Tennessee Holler caught it, posted it, and it was all over the place. Not just locally, it was national. So anyway, that woman who was, I would say, uncredible and also very offensive person, she also had attacked me and sent out a message to my job and said, "Hey, this guy's a bad guy. He harassed me. Can you please punish him?" And it's public record that I've been punished for that. So ironically, the two times that I've gotten in trouble is because of two racist people that are trying to attack me. So it's kind of ironic, but I think it comes with the territory, I guess.
So when you say you feel like speaking out about Black issues is on your heart, like, is that something that you're willing to lose jobs over?
Well, I'll say this. If somebody put a shotgun to my head right now during this live and said, "Hey man, never talk about Black people again, never try to defend them again, never speak up for Black people and against Black plight, or I'm gonna kill you," I'm dead. Mm-hmm. Nothing will stop me. So if that means I get killed, that means I get arrested, if that means I get tackled, if that means I go to jail, if that means I get fired from some job, I am here to, my purpose in life is to make people laugh and give people, especially black people, a good feeling about themselves. I feel like growing up here in Nashville, we just took down the KKK sign, a month ago?
Yeah.
Been psychological terrorism for black people my whole life. What I want to do is cut out that propaganda that black people are inferior or horrible or terrible people and speak to their strengths, speak to the beautiful culture that we have. And I'm never going to stop doing that. And if that means that there's a consequence waiting on me, I'll take it. And like Fidel Castro said, history will absolve me. So I don't care about that. I want to be on the right side of history. I don't care about somebody saying, "Hey, don't you speak up about black people." I'm never going to stop doing that.
Well, I think it's admirable that you are so committed to using the platform. I mean, you've developed quite a platform since I've known you, which is a few years now. Your shows are doing well around here. Obviously, your art is selling, so you're getting your message out, and we'll definitely be watching how it goes with your hearing and with your appeal. It definitely puts people in uncomfortable situations when people speak out, and if they're looking to be comfortable, they're in the wrong line of work. So
Sure.
to do the right thing is to, I think, support people's right to speak up. It's to not put black people in the situation that you're speaking out about now, and it takes powerful voices to move the needle. So what do you want to leave people with here?
What I want to leave people with is you got to imagine you being black in the slave trade, and the absolute norm is for you to get up and work 16 hours a day for free, you know. And then some person, let's call her Harriet Tubman, is like, "Yo, this isn't okay. This is not okay." Now, someone may say, "Harriet, you must stop. We're going to whip you," or "that is illegal," or "you can't do that." You have to wonder what you as a slave would do. Would you go with Harriet, or would you say, I'm getting fed well here. We have good benefits. It's a beautiful place. I don't want to do it." Now, it is dangerous going with Harriet, but do you remember any slaves that didn't? You see what I'm saying? Like, so who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be Harriet, who cares about the liberation and the equality of black people? Or would you rather be someone that didn't want to, or was kind of scared of maybe I could get in trouble doing that? I'm not a slave. I can't do that. So if I see something wrong right now, bro, if you at the crib and I seen somebody attacking you, no matter what race it was, and you didn't do anything wrong, attacking your family, I have to try to help you. That's natural for me. I cannot sit here and say, well, I got a blog to do. I'm on live. I can't go. I have to help. So what I would say to anyone is, if you see black people, brown people, gay people, and I use these in women because these are minority groups that are easily bullied in workspaces. If you see anyone getting mistreated, whether it be from an administration or from a coworker or colleague, help them, fight for them. It's like if we were back in the slave days and you saw Harriet, running away with some slaves, help them motherfuckers get to freedom. Don't tell on them. Help them get to freedom. Protect them. Do what you can to help people get to equality, get to we've been asking for civil rights since we've been here. Help black people on your job, help women on your job, help oppressed groups get to a place of equality so we can live a normal life. That's all people want to do. We want to live a normal life. So I kind of want to leave people with that. If you see anyone that is struggling on a job or in a workplace with any type of discrimination, racism, hatred, bullying, help them. If that means you're not cool with your colleagues, fuck them. Help people that are in need, as Tennessee Holler and a lot of other media outlets are doing. Help them. Don't say, "Wow, I believe in him." Don't just believe in him. Help them. Support them. So that's what I want to leave the people. And also the black folks, bro, keep it real. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Keep it real in your job. Keep it real in your church. Keep it real with your kids. We got to stop hiding who we are and playing around and changing our language. Be real, and let's go to freedom and liberation, no matter what the cost.
Josh, thanks for coming on here, man. Keep up the good work with everything you do in the world, and thanks for always being supportive, man. We appreciate it, and feelings mutual.
Absolutely, man. I love the beard.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Working on that. Tell my wife.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
man. Let us know how it goes next week. All right.
Okay, peace, man. Thank you
All
so much.
right. Take care. That's Josh Black. I'm going to get to some of these comments here. I see Kathy saying, God bless you, Mr. Black. I don't know if you guys follow Josh. If you follow us, chances are you follow him. He is a really funny guy. He does a lot of good work. And he's at Zany's a lot. He's a comedian. He's also a firefighter by day. And now he's taking up art. And I see our buddy Gapper X, who I know doesn't agree with me about most things. And I just want to go back to these comments that he made about Josh's art. He said, "What would I have said if someone in the right would have something like this with that Star of David?" Well, I think he wrote this about his painting about Black Jesus, where underneath Black Jesus was if I'm remembering right, it was a Trump person in a hat, a Klansman with a cross, because he said that's a Christian organization, which they say they are, and saying that those people are racist and here's a Black Jesus. Well, I don't really see anything that controversial about that. I don't think all Trumpers are racist, but I do think that most racists support Donald Trump. And if you can find me a Klansman or a neo-Nazi who voted for Biden, I will Venmo you $100. So I don't subscribe to the idea that everybody who votes for Trump is racist. I have family members who vote for Trump, but I'm certainly not gonna resist Josh's idea that he believes that. And certainly the Klan is a Christian organization, self-professed. So yeah, I mean, I think he has every right to paint that painting and sell it, and somebody bought it. So Gapper, that's what I would say about that. What do you think he said? Feel free to tell me. You said that's not what he said. Tell me what you think he said. But personally, I think Josh is a really great voice for Nashville. I appreciate that he is uh, getting into art, expressing himself through his art. I don't know that he did anything there that is, you say, give patronage to. I don't know what you saw there that we should be rejecting. This is a guy who expresses himself, fights for people who need champions, uses his platform for good, and he's dealing with something right now where his job is coming after him for expressing himself. Now, was it an easy spot they were put in? I'm sure they felt a lot of pressure when he called the city council white supremacists and he's on the city payroll. It's not an easy spot to be put in. But he said what he felt, and it was a controversial bill. And they had a choice there that they could have made to support him, and instead they're trying to suspend him for 16 days. And he's feeling like that's a way of silencing him and a way of silencing Black voices in general. So again, Gabber, I like that you come here. You and Carlos seem to be our two resident people that come here and disagree with us a lot, which I appreciate. But I certainly don't see anything that Josh is painting that I'm going to try to disassociate us from or myself from. He's painting what he feels, and he has every right to do that. And I don't think anything in that painting is grounded in anything but his feelings and some semblance of some truth. So if you feel free to email the tnholler@gmail.com and let me know what you think was upsetting about that painting. But like with most things, generally things that are powerful and memorable are going to upset some people. And rainbows and unicorns and sunshine probably isn't going to be that memorable, probably isn't going to resonate with too many people, and so that's not necessarily what he's painting. But again, if there's something I'm missing in that painting that you would like me to address, feel free to email the tnholler@gmail.com. Let me know. But generally speaking, I think he's well within his rights to feel how he feels, paint what he wants to paint. If he had done it with a Star of David, I probably would be fine with that. And again, people can say what they want. I don't think the hat works person should be imprisoned. I just think that she's completely misguided. So my problem is not about him expressing himself. It's about holding people accountable with the same exact judgment you give others. Well, I agree with that. So I'm not sure where the disconnect here is necessarily. I see Carla saying QAnons can say whatever they want and aren't being suppressed, maybe because they are running our state along with two gifted grifters. I kid you not. Carla, you might be right about that. Certainly, there are QAnon believers in our government. Susan Lin is one of them, and there are likely more. And I don't even know what to say about that at this point. But I do know that I appreciate you guys coming here and having these conversations and joining in with us and with me. And Gapper, again, I feel like I haven't really addressed your concerns. So feel free to email me, the tnholler@gmail.com. Let me know what it was that was bothering you, and I'll try to address it next time. But in general, follow Josh Black at Sir Joshua Black on Twitter. And I will report back about his hearing, which is next week, and we'll see if that 16-day suspension ends up taking hold or not. Hopefully it does not. And I didn't know what QAnon or 4chan was. So I don't 100% still really know what QAnon is. I feel like it's sort of like CRT, where a lot of different ideas are now grouped under this QAnon banner. But clearly a lot of people were duped into believing there was some, insider that inside the Trump administration sending them signals, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about expressing yourself, freedom of speech, supporting Black voices, and supporting Josh, which I hope you do. We'll see you next time.